Hello and welcome back to my Pokemon Fire Red normal pure type. In the last episode, we started grinding up our team members, our Jigglypuff and our Clefairy here, and then we defeated our rival at the second attempt, it must be said, at Nugget Bridge, just before Nugget Bridge, and then we took on the Nugget Bridge trainers. We're now going to go ahead and meet Belle here on Route 25. Before heading back and taking on Misty, and it should be interesting to see the sort of difficulty that she may hold for us. Obviously, these guys, these hikers are going to be particularly frustrating, it must be said, but fortunately we do miss that Mega Punch, but there we go. Jigglypuff grows to level 20, which is really nice, and also we see a Geodude. So we're going to go into our Clefairy here. We are going to Mega Kick. That does not do a lot, as you can see. As you see, Rock Throw as well. So there's the Mud Sport that we want to see in our compound. So, what do you have to say? A Zubat bit me back in that cave. So now, the other thing that I would definitely want to do at the start of this episode is we're going to get our first evolution of this series. So, essentially, the move that I wanted particularly to get for Jigglypuff was Rollout, and obviously we got Rollout at level 19, I think, at the end of the last episode. So now we have our Moonstone here. We're going to apply it to our Jigglypuff. And our Jigglypuff is going to evolve. So here we have it, our beautiful Wigglytuff here. So, Wigglytuff is going to be here, and good thing, I forgot that both of our Pokemon were female. So here we go. So we have our lovely Wigglytuff along with our Clefairy. Clefairy we've still got to work on a little bit longer. We want to get Magical Leaf, and then I think once we get Magical Leaf, we are also free to evolve her into Clefable. But no, obviously Wigglytuff provides a little stat boost, certainly in the offensive stats, and you know, just all round better to have, obviously, an evolved Pokemon than a non-evolved one. Indeed, Pound is starting to actually look like a powerful move, even though it really isn't. So we'll head down, we'll take on another hiker who's obviously going to have Pokemon that are particularly annoying for us. Thankfully, we do get the... we are getting convenient with the immobilization, which is going to help us. Helped us a lot more than it did, than it has in previous battles, it must be said. But there we go. So, anyway, we're now going to continue on. Take on youngster Dan, who has a Slowpoke, which goes down. So now you. Hi, my boyfriend is cool, says Picnic Kelsey, who has a Nidoran. So hopefully we won't get poisoned. We don't get poisoned. Hopefully once more we won't get poisoned. Good, that's what we want to see. Any interesting comments you want to say from various people? No, okay, cool. So anyway, yep, this guy's obviously off to meet the same guy that we are. Obviously off to go see Bill. Unfortunately we missed our Mega Punch, but there we go, we landed the second one. In comes the Machop, so we'll go into our Clefairy. Mega Kick. Obviously, now, Low Kick is obviously kind of a threat in a way. Obviously it is a fighting type move, so it is super effective against us, but at the same time it is only Low Kick, and Low Kick I believe is dependent on the weight of the Pokemon involved. So come on, I want you to go for not Defense Curl, Mud Sport, there we go. So your Encore ended, good for you. It should hopefully go down, there we go, well done Clefairy. So, we're just going to quickly head back to the Pokemon Center, and then we will continue. Obviously we are fast forwarding through quite a lot of this, obviously, these battles, they're nothing particularly exciting in most of these battles yet. So I'm a cool guy. I've got a girlfriend. So obviously, what's nice about this guy is that if you interact with him just before, or if you essentially interact with him such that he has to make a step out like this, you can then go in behind him to pick up secret power as a TM. And there's another berry, I think. Yep, an orange berry, which I believe are only 10 HP compared to the citrus berry, which gives you 30. But there we go. There's Wigglytuff Gross, level 22. We will want to go into our Clefairy here. When these heavy hitting moves land, they do a lot of damage, which is really useful. There's another berry. Yes, a blackberry. I think because like you don't usually have like berry shops and stuff like this, this might be like sort of compensating for that. That's why we're finding lots of sort of berries just lying around. So we see another Oddish. We miss the Mega Kick. We have one more though. There we go. We land that, and then Pidgey. We did not mean to encore you, but there we go. Lovely. We defeat Lass Haley. You came from Mount Moon, and may I have a Clefairy? No. Well, we have one, but you can't. So we'll come into here, obviously, we've got dear old Bill, who's trapped as a Clefairy, but we can go into here and sort him out. Out he comes. Yeah, thanks, Bill, I owe you one, so he's going to give us the SS ticket, which allows us, obviously, to go aboard the SS Anne. I think these two are having a date, is it? Escape is a famous date spot. Let's see, the gym leader here has high hopes about this place. Okay, so anyway, that's everyone done through that section, so now we will continue to head back down Route 24, and now the only thing left to do is the gym, so hopefully our team will be ready. We have been gaining levels pretty nicely throughout this episode, which is good. I don't think, as far as I know, I don't think, I wonder if you come up. I'm just going to try something, but I just want to see whether what he says turns up in the fame tracker. So if we go down to Misty, no, it doesn't. There's a rumour. Oh, that's just, yeah. Okay, good. So anyway, so obviously you can avoid this guy, but we're not going to. It's always a good experience to continue to try and take on these trainers. And now we've got a shoulder, which again we can. I'm getting a nice amount of damage from that, which is really good. Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, no, that should be fine. Okay, so now next trainer is you. Picnicker Diana has one Pokemon, being a Goldeen at level 19. But I do believe that Misty is slightly higher level than these trainers. I'm hoping that like Clefairy wasn't like to get Magical Leaf at like 23, because otherwise, obviously, we could have made this gym battle quite a fair bit easier had we actually just been a little bit more patient. But anyway, so we're going to lead. We should lead Clefairy. Misty, I believe, has a Star U and a Star Me. Obviously, the Star Me is a hell of a lot more of a threat than the Star U at the moment. But anyway, only those trainers who have a policy about Pokemon can turn pro. What is your approach when you catch and train Pokemon? My policy is an all-out offensive with Water-type Pokemon. So let's see what Misty has for us. She does indeed have the Staryu, only level 18, so this doesn't look like it shouldn't be too difficult. Goes for the Harden. We could Encore it into Harden, or we can just finish it off. Indeed, we can't actually Encore it, because... we probably should have, actually. Okay, so that is at minus... yeah, so that is... goes for the Water Pulse. Water Pulse is, I believe, the TM we should hopefully get from this. Obviously, a Gen 3 move that was introduced. As we get level 24. So she's just going to bring in the Starmie. We're going to stay in. I want to see what the Starmie wants to go for. Are we still confused is the question. Water Pulse again. We snap out of confusion. We land the Mega Kick. The question is do I let my Clefairy go down here, and bring in my Wigglytuff for free, or do I switch into the Wigglytuff? Wigglytuff should be able to take multiple water pulses, I would have thought. Yeah, you can. Okay. So we're going to go for the risky Mega Punch, and so close to taking you out. But hopefully, as long as she doesn't have another healing item and she doesn't get a crit, Pound comes in and takes out the Starmie. Beautiful. We defeat Misty with relative ease, it must be said. She says that we're too much. We get the Cascade Badge. I guess we're doing pretty good with levels there. Alright, the Cascade Badge makes all Pokemon up to level 30 there. Even once you get in trades, we can now use Cut as well. And we also get TM03, which is Water Pulse. So that is good. That's all good. What do you have to say? Yeah, nothing much. Okay, so finally, the Slowbro here has been moved. Obviously, this is essentially the Slowbro that's blocking that Cuts bush. But that's really nothing we need to worry about. So, Water Pulse. Water Pulse should be a move that can be learnt by our Pokemon here. So if we go to each of these... Pound, Growl, Encore, Mega Kick, or Thing, Rollout, Pound, Mega Punch. Okay, so if I go to my bag and we go to our TM case, and we find, so Secret Power, what does that do? 70 base power with accuracy 100, accurate, an attack that may have an additional effect that varies with the terrain. I've never used Secret Power before, but why not? It's essentially a stronger version of Pound, I guess, but I want to give it to the one that's more accurate, which is Wiggly. So Wigglytuff's got the more accurate Mega. So, we want to give the increased boost to Wigglytuff, yeah. So yeah, that's 80, 85, okay, cool. So let's teach Wigglytuff Secret Power. Why not? I've never used Secret Power before. I believe none of you can learn. You can't use that. You can both learn Attract, which isn't particularly useful to us, but can you both learn? You can both learn Water Pulse. So we're going to teach Clefairy Water Pulse and get rid of Growl. Clefairy naturally has the higher special attack, so it makes sense in that sense, and also obviously Wigglytuff already has a move of a different type in Rollout, so this gives us 2 different types. We can now pop into here and talk to these people who obviously have been robbed by this rocket here, who we're now going to take on. Let's see how much Water Pulse does. That's a good half. That is easily over half. Lovely. Drowsy. We don't have anything for Drowsy, but we're going to... Let's see what Secret Power does. Just takes you out. Wonderful. Wonderful. Take that. Okay, I'll return the TM Ice Doll. We get the TM for Dig. Now, if you go back in here and you talk to him, he tells you that I decided to teach Diglett how to dig without a TM. So we do get Dig. I don't know, can you learn Dig? Both of you can learn Dig. Interesting. It's only base 60 power in this version. Well, I'm going to keep Dig for the moment because I think it would be better on a more offensive, or on a more physically offensive Pokemon. As you can see, we do actually need a Cut user. No, because we were heading to Million. Yeah, because we need Flash. Or, theoretically, we might need Flash. I just want to work out what's the best order to do things. We probably do want to do the SS Anne. Or is that going to be too much experience missed, essentially? There's obviously the daycare. We're not going to be using that. But let's just catch a Pokemon for Cuts, because I don't want to actually have to obviously use an HM set. I'm almost certain that Oddish can learn Cut. Almost certain. So if we go Pokeball. Thank you. It's 38. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you're fine. Okay. Do we even have the HM for Cut? No, because, yeah, we get the Cut. Okay, yeah. No, I am completely out of sync here. Okay, so we need to go to the SSN because obviously we need to collect the cut HM from the captain aboard the SSN. Oh, that was stupid. Sorry. Wow, I can't believe I completely forgot the order that you do things in Gen 1. But yeah, no, because obviously I did that again, really. Because obviously I want to try and get as many Pokemon in my team as fast as possible, so I was just wondering whether we actually needed to do that. But yes, we definitely do. So we'll head down Route 5 and then enter the underground path. I believe you trade Nidoran for Nidoran? Yes, you do. And is there a secret item just here? I always used to think there was, but there isn't, it seems. I'm pretty sure there used to be, but anyway. So anyway, we'll pop out here in the underground path. People often lose things in the darkness of the underground path, indeed. I use Item Finder and you might find some hidden items. Anyway, we'll pop up here and we'll find a citrus berry. That's actually a very useful berry up there. And now we have more trainers to battle. So, we'll swap into Wigglytuff for the bug capture. Just because obviously we now actually have rollout. And if we can land the rollout, we should hopefully be able to sweep this guy with relative ease. Oh, Wigglytuff is proving powerful. Lovely. We defeat Kygo there. I believe this isn't a double battle? No. Yeah. Because obviously this is the generation in which double battles were introduced, so we could potentially see some double battles. So Gen 3 is obviously the generation, but because you know, these are still using essentially Gen 3. You know what I mean. The relative, you know, nature of it. How much does... Wow, that is a lot. So anyway, they're whispering to each other. I'm pretty sure that one of the some of the introduction, you know, some of the stuff that was introduced in this game was that they introduced some battles which became double battles, which weren't double battles beforehand. There we go. Down goes the Butterfree. I think it was trying to be very annoying there. We won't learn Defense Spell. And we defeat Bug Catcher Elijah. So, a couple of trainers down here. Again, these levels, obviously because we have a small team, we're obviously gaining levels quite fast, and so, because there's no need to obviously swap. And so, yeah, we're actually kind of over-leveled, but there's nothing much we can really do about that. So Camper Jeff has a Spearow, which we can roll out. And the Eradicate, which we can try to roll out, but we miss. So, what do you have to say? I should bring more Pokemon with me, I'll feel safer that way. So we've come down here to Vermilion City. You see the SSN moored in the harbour. We're careful about pollution here. We've heard grime multiplies in toxic sludge. I believe you are the fisherman who gives us the old rod to allow us to capture as many Magikarp as we desire. So we get the Versus Seeker. Ah, yes, I forgot about that. My Pokemon was poisoned when we were walking. So yeah, so Versus Seeker. Essentially, what was introduced in Pokemon Emerald is that you could get rematches. Obviously, I can't remember whether you... I think you could get it in... I'm just trying to remember. I think... It might well have been Gold and Silver, where first... Because obviously you have the people who ring you, and they talk, and they say, you know, if you want another rematch. So I guess, you know, you have the option of rematches as early as Generation 2. The Versus Seeker is sort of like the most recent... is the most recent evolution of that, as it were. So essentially, what you do is if you stand around a group of trainers and you click the Versus Seeker, which is down here, then what you can do is you can essentially see the surrounding trainers and see how many of them want to rebattle you. So have another battle with you. So that's the Spirit of Farfetch trade, which again is another one where you can another trade which you can only get the you can only another trade where you can get a Pokemon which you can't get anywhere else. So anyway, so we zip through all of that. We obviously have the Vermilion Gym, which we won't be doing for quite a while. Actually, I think we'll skip because it's not one that we actually need. It doesn't give us an HM that we need in order to get through the area and stuff like that. So I'm getting my Pidgey to fly to a letter Saffron North to a Union Room to exchange mail. Okay. Vermilion Harbour. Route 12 by me blocked off by a sleeping Pokemon, which is obviously the Snorlax. So there is a Snorlax at the end of this route. I'm just trying to think what's best for me to do. I think what's best for me to do is we'll start doing some of the SSM. We won't do it all, but we'll start it. Maybe do like the bottom floor. So anyway, we do have the ticket. We can board the SS Anne, which looks obviously rather tiny. And then we're going to essentially battle some of these trainers. Actually, this guy being a Fire-type trainer. We can Water Pulse. We'll do stuff gross level 24. The Fairy gross level 26. Lovely. So, you should be nice to friends, he says. Okay, so this is the that's the refresh house. Allows you to obviously get everyone your team back up to full health. Another set of Nidorans. What do you have to say? The waiter. Another. She thinks you're a waiter. I always travel with Wigglytuff. I never leave home without it. Oh. I'm glad you chose Wigglytuff, obviously, as one of the Pokemon I'm using. I collected these Pokemon from all over the world. She has a Pidgey. Really? Did you really have to travel all over the world to find a Pidgey? And a Nidoran. Of all the Pokemon to find. Anyway. You hurt my poor Pokemon. Anyway. Also talk to youngster Tyler here, who has another Nidoran, level 21. Nothing really too much for us to worry about. We are cruising around the world, my children and I. We find Brick Break, which is actually a really powerful TM for this stage in the game. We're not going to use it on either of our Pokemon, because again, we are obviously... the Pokemon I currently have access... the Pokemon I'm currently using, being Clefairy and Wigglytuff, are both special attackers, and... a move like Brick Break is obviously far more useful on a physical attack. So we'll find a Great Ball, the Bram Beef Deck. We find a Chester Berry inside that bin, a Pecha Berry inside that one, and a Cherry Berry in that one. Okay, cool. So we'll head down this way, down into the basement. We'll battle these trainers. Well, we might as well get to the Cupmaster. We'll have another battle with our rival as well, so that'll be cool. Let's switch into Fairy again. So we see another Machop. Water Pulse is a nice 2-hit KO. So we see Fisherman Barney, who has a Tentacool. We'll try and Mega Kick. Lovely. And a Staryu. Let's go into Wigglytuff. Secret Power. Okay, so Secret Power can paralyze in this environment. Interesting. I wonder what environment this is. I guess it counts as just normal. I don't know. When we're out at sea, jellyfish Pokemon sometimes drift by, being of course the Tentacool family. Even us sailors have Pokemon too, says Sailor Huey, who has a Tentacool. And a Staryu. Goodbye. We're getting quite a few crits, it seems. We caught all of our Pokemon when we were out at sea. We get Rest, which could also be quite useful on this mono-normal team. Because honestly, normal types are pretty sturdy at times. So pound away here. Sorry, obviously I am zipping through the vast majority of these battles, but at the moment, because we are over-leveled, most of these battles aren't actually that interesting. Things will become a lot more interesting once I actually get to the point where I can actually have a full team. But that still won't be for a while. So, you know, I'm just trying to zip through as much as this as possible. I'm hoping that Clefairy is eventually going to learn Magical Leaf, as I said, because once we get Magical Leaf, one, we'll have a counter for all these water types, but also I'll be able to evolve our Clefairy into a lovely Clefable. So anyway, we see another shoulder. So we get that cute charm, and you get immobilized. Beautiful. So, again, take out those sailors. We got you who talks about his Machoke having strength, essentially. So now, just to finish off, we will obviously do the last few battles. There aren't too many battles on the upper floor, if I remember. There are obviously a few outside, but aside from that, it's not much. This ship, she is a luxury liner for the trainers of the world. Yep, so we'll take on these guys. Again, Water Pulse is so much damage. And even, like, as Clefairy goes to level 28. My part said there are 100 types of Pokemon. I think there are more. Indeed, there are more. So we'll continue to move on. We have to try and take on this Machop. We see another Shelder. We miss our Mega Kick, but there we go. The issue with Mega Kick and obviously Mega Punch is that you have a very limited PP with them. So if we go into here, is this a double battle? No, just Season. My daddy thinks the Safari Zone is awesome. Have you gone to the Safari Zone in Fuchsia City? That's where we're hoping to go soon. So we've got Gentleman Lamar here, who has a Growlithe, which we can Water Pulse, and a Ponyta, which we can also Water Pulse. I wonder if Gary has a Fire type. That was a chance for them to do a double battle, and they did not do a double battle, so that implies to me that maybe it's not something that they're going to do. Let's not use Metronome. Metronome is obviously completely dependent on luck, and as such, it's not a particularly useful move. We get an X attack. Okay, so you. So Cut and Surf. A couple of Fishermen. Secret Power is just really demolishing these things. Anyway, you. Level 23, so... Yeah, again, you know, like, that guy had obviously an ace of level 23, we're level 26 already, so... We see another Snorlax, or more information about Snorlax. We will take a rest, and now, to finish off this episode, we will take on our rival here on the SS Anne, and then we will, obviously, talk to the Cutmaster, get cut, and then continue to... We'll then be able to head towards the Rock Tunnel.
Bonjour, Mark. Imagine seeing you here. I don't know why I've suddenly turned French. Mark, were you really invited? So how's your Pokedex coming? I already caught 40 kinds, pal. Different kinds everywhere. Crawl around in grassy areas and look out for them. That was really probably kind of insulting. But anyway.
So, we have this Pidgeotto here. Obviously going to use Quick Attack. We can Water Pulse, as long as it's a 2-hit KO, we are in good stead. We are indeed in good stead. Down goes the Pidgeotto with ease. So next is the Raticate. We'll go into our Wigglytuff here, and we can Secret Power. Let's see how much that does. Just wipes it out, straight up destroys it. We'll stay in we'll stay with Wigglytuff for the Kadabra. Again, you're going to disable my Secret Power. Okay. We're going to land that Mega Punch, even though you lowered my accuracy. Wigglytuff cares nothing for lowered accuracy. And we'll go back into Clefairy for the Ivysaur. Go for that Mega Kick. Wow. And the pound comes through, and we defeat our rival with ease this time.
I heard there was a cutmaster on board, but he was just a seasick old man. Cut itself is really useful. Yup, it'll be handy. We should go see him too.
Smell you later. So we rub the captain's back in a way that's completely not creepy, and I like the touch there that it says "Yuck, you shouldn't have looked." So we get cut, which should give us, go to the TM case. We can go to cut, and we can use it on Oddish. Interesting that both of our normal type Pokemon can't actually use cut. And to finish off this episode, we'll watch as the SS Anne travels off into the distance. Do 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 do. So there we have it. That is going to be it for this episode of my normal pure type of Pokemon Fire Red version. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Again, we're making really good progress. Obviously, we've got our second gym badge and all this sort of stuff. The next episode, we're obviously going to head. We'll head probably. Do we want to head through Diglett's Cave? Probably don't need to, because I'm pretty sure Fire Red is the version where Flash really isn't particularly necessary. But yeah, because we want to get to Lavender Town, and then we want to get into Celadon, do the Celadon Game Corner stuff, then go back to Lavender Town, get the Poker Flute, and then wake up a Snorlax, and get down to Fuchsia as soon as possible. So, again, we will be racing through all of that in the next episode, and I hope you will join me for that episode. I'll see you then.